Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for September 2016, and thank you for watching. This month I'm still collaborating with Marie Moore, so definitely check her out if you haven't had a chance yet. Link in the description below. She does astrology and tarot videos every week and every single month. But let's see what is going on for you this month of September. Definitely, well, let's see. Let's see here. Before I say anything, let me keep pulling out cards. Yeah, cool. So definitely a month for recovery, which I think is going to be nice for you. Recovering from some past issues and things like that. It looks really good. So you start off with the Four of Spades. This is the card of recovery, the card of recovering, and seeing recovery in your life. It's a card of wanting to rest as well, and wanting to build things that last. It's very interesting. You have the Jack of Spades and you have the King of Spades. Both cards would represent Libra, by the way, but it's almost like in this reading, it's like you are going from the Jack of Spades to the King of Spades. Jack of Spades has no clue where they're going. They're a little bit lost and maybe even confused. The King of Spades knows exactly where he's going. He's already been there. It's a card of mastery and knowing exactly what you're going to do. So I think it could be a very transformative month for you as well, where you just have a very just clear, defined path, and you can feel that by the end of the month, I think, here with this reading. But this is a good card. It is a card of possibly needing to take a vacation or something like that. If you feel like you need to take a rest with this card, I always say, because the break would probably do you some good. So definitely take a rest. But it is a good card of recovery, and even if you're sick or something like that, seeing a quick recovery this month with this card. Next, you have the Joker. Probably a very busy month. A couple other signs have had this card this month, so I definitely think it's probably also like a busy month as well, where you're just running around doing a bunch of different things. The Joker is all about running around and having a bunch to do. It's actually a good card. You can see he's smiling on this deck, so he's happy to be doing it. So I think very much you'll be in your flow this month. You have a bunch of spades cards. Spades represent air, so again, I think you're very much in your element this month, to say the least. So you'll probably just be feeling very good, like you're able to do what you need to do this month. I think that will be very beneficial for you, and it could give you this type of motivation. This card can be motivating as well. It can make us want to do a bunch of stuff and be very active. So I think it'll be a very active month in general. You'll probably be doing a bunch of different stuff. I know that's a very general thing to say, but I really feel like you'll be bouncing around from thing to thing to thing this month, but in a good way. Next, you have the Ace of Spades. Great card to have. This card is another card of recovery. It is also a card of overcoming obstacles. Many card readers consider it to be the most powerful card in the deck. So it is definitely a very powerful, transformative card. It is a card of transformation and transforming over things, overcoming obstacles and barriers and things that have been in your way for a very long time. I actually think that if you are one of those people who has been experiencing these obstacles specifically for a long period of time, meaning years in certain areas of your life, you will be overcoming those obstacles or starting to overcome them this month, especially with the King of Spades. King of Spades represents, maturity and all these things, so it definitely represents old issues and overcoming these issues. But this is a great card for transformation, rebirth, and just feeling much better. Next, you have the Jack of Spades. Again, I think this is just representing your past position of being maybe confused and not sure what to do. This can be a card of being tricked as well. I will say, be careful of tricky people this month, and be careful of people who seem too good to be true. But it's definitely a card, I think, of your past and not really being sure what to do. But also being sick of your past. Look, it's pretty weird art on this deck that I'm using, but he's like holding the devil's head, and he's got a knife to the devil, and in a lot of ways it's almost like he's trying to get away from his past. And also what's interesting is he's got a snake wrapped around the middle of him there, and that is kind of like holding him back as well. But what's interesting is we're going to jump forward here to the King of Spades, and you can see he's chopped the head right off of that snake. And what you have to realize is he's missing a leg here, and the devil is distracting him and totally distracting him from what's really holding him back, that snake around his waist. But here, it's like you've figured it out and you're chopping the head off the snake in this imagery here. So this is a card of truly having learned from your mistakes, truly having learned from the things that you've been through, but also being able to use those experiences. Like I say, this is a very important card because you know, the way I look at it is none of the other kings have truly necessarily, they don't necessarily learn from their mistakes. They can repeat those mistakes, but it's a lot deeper than that. Like, this guy here, not only has he learned from his mistakes, but he's also like pulled out the little bits of success in those mistakes. Like, he's looked at those mistakes for opportunity, and he's turned those opportunities into success. So definitely look at your don't be afraid to look at your mistakes this month. But this is a card of moving past those things. It's also a great card of justice as well. So if you're involved in anything legal, you could be seeing a lot of justice and things this month as well. Next, you have the Two of Clubs, talking to yourself and figuring out what you really want. This is also a card where if you're having issues with friends, definitely be very diplomatic this month. It's a card of talking things out and figuring out solutions to issues that you might have. Next, you have the Seven of Spades. I think a lot of you are moving past a lot of these like old fears, old worries, and I think that's why this is coming up. Sometimes the Seven of Spades can represent fears that you currently have, but this month I think these are fears that you're leaving behind. I think you're moving past a lot of these issues, which is very nice. And you end with the Ten of Diamonds, really powerful card, great card of prosperity and money coming to you this month, and more money being available, and also opportunities. So if you're looking for opportunities for jobs and things like that, this card represents the opportunity. You have to be the one to go get them, but with that Joker there, I think you'll be pretty active in trying to get something if you're looking for it. But this can also represent opportunities in love, opportunities in business in general, more contracts coming in, and it can even represent travel and moving as well. A lot goes into this card. So again, it looks like a very active month. Well, you'll be doing a lot of different things, but looks like a good month as well. And again, this is you. You're showing up as your own sign, so that puts you in a position of strength and a position of power for the month overall. But yeah, it looks like a great month. So thank you for watching and enjoy your September.